Ethics a Wordview presentation by Virginia Martinez. Ethics and Worldview presentation. It's about the how we should conduct ourselves in ethical manners in a professional workplace. Let's start with asking the question, what is ethical design? But ethical design is the way how we should conduct ourselves, how we follow the rules, how we value and honor the code of ethics of the Association of Education, Communication, and Technology. We all have the responsibility to choose how we behave, how we act, how we present ourselves. We should act with integrity in every aspect of our life. The code of ethics are dictated by three major organizations. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that telling us that we should treat all humans with respect and dignity. The Association for Educational Communications and Technology, and the International Society for Technology in Education. The Association for Educational Communications and Technology divides the code of ethics in three sections. The first one is commitment to the individual. And the commitment to individual is subdivided in three more sections, which are the technologies and resources. And technologies and resources, it gives us the responsibility to choose resources appropriate to our students, to our staff, to our employees. It requires for us to make the right decisions in choosing a safety tools to use, protecting our students, protecting our staff members. It requires for us to choose a safe environment in which all students can learn without fear to being exposed. The diversity part, it reminds us that everyone should be learning in their own space. The materials that we provide to them should be accessible and should be a representation of what we do in the classroom and what we expect for the students. The personal rights is the respect. Respect each individual. Respect each student. Respect our co-workers. Respect the people around us. Treat everybody with respect and dignity. It's what the code of ethics is telling us, how we should behave and conduct in this case. The second section is the commitment to the profession. And the commitment to the profession, as the title is saying, it's our commitment. It's our responsibility. It's how we, as a professional, see our job. We should be thankful ourselves for any personal gain. Any personal gain that it could be at the expense of an employer, at the expense of co-workers, should not even be considered. That should be off the table. The professional service, it's how we retain our positions. We should not consider to ask for any favor, for anything that can cause a conflict of interest or anything that can hinder our organizations, our community. That should be something that it seemed to be clear, it seemed to be easy to differentiate, but in many times, in many occasions, the thin lines, it could be easily to confuse. We should be aware of those type of behaviors that can hinder our organizations when we conducted ourselves in a professional setting. The third one is the developing ethical competencies. Under the development competency is ethics, competence, or developing ethical competencies. We find three different categories. It's the professional interactions, which is go right straight to how we interact with our students, how we interact with our coworkers, how we interact with our administrations. We should always interact with respect. We should always interact appropriate to the occasion. We should consider it all individuals equally. All individuals should be treated with the same level of respect as we would like to be treated. That is one of the main components of acting in a professional manner. Research are disseminations, which is the second subtitle on the developing ethical competencies. It's how we protect participants. When we conducting a research and disseminations, we always need to ensure that we let the participants know what is in the research, what is what they're being seen, what is the purpose of the research. We need to let them know the pro and the consequence, the benefits and the harms, if it's anything, when we're conducting a research. We need to let them to choose if they want to participate or if they do not want to become part of that particular or specific research that we are conducting. And the last one is the responsibilities. Responsibilities related to copyright. That is one of the biggest one and important ones when we conduct ourselves as a professional. When we're conducting any resources, when we taking any technology tools, when we using any materials, either for study purpose, either for our job, it's our responsibility to always, always credit it to the person or individual who owns that particular piece of material. It's not ethical to take the job, the work, the writing of any other person and present it as it was our own. Our job is to give credit to the person who complete the work before us. According to the human rights, to treat people with respect, we need to be aware of three main things. The human experience, first, second, the human ethics, and third, the human rights. And as I'm presenting in this graphic, this is an ethical therapeutic chart that was created by Lara. And in this chart, we notice that it was divided in three. The human experience had to be delightful, meaning that they had to be enjoy what they're doing. They had to be delightful with their work. Did they want to continue or would like to continue doing? The second part is the human effort. The human efforts have to be something that's functional, convenient, and reliable. Functional that is something that they can apply to the normal life, the normal jobs, convenience to use, convenience to access, either from home, either from work, from any part when they need it. Reliable, something that they can rely on, something that they can trust, something that they is useful for them. And the third one is the human rights. The human rights had to be decentralized, it had to be private, open, interoperable, accessible, secure, and sustainable. Meaning, we need to make sure that the rights and the information of all participants or all students it's protected. It's private and safe for them to use it. Now let's see all that from the biblical point of view. What is the biblical connection between the ethics, code, and the Bible? I want to just go over to this quote. Galatians 6. Brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, with whom live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourself, or you also may be tempted. Meaning, that brings us to one of the cup of office, and it's the one that it reminds us that what we do should be always in the best interest of the organization and our job. We should not incur on personal gain because that will be considered a sin. A sin that we, at some point, we all be exposed, we all are tempted somehow to do it. But the point is us to be able to remove ourselves from that sin and not incur to that behavior. The second quote I have is stand firm then with the words of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place. 56. Righteousness in place, meaning always behave in a professional manner with dignity, with rightness, and respect to others, to the organizations, and to ourselves. And the last one is from Timothy 3. Whoever aspires to be an overseer desires a noble task. Now the overseer is to be about the approach, faithful to his wife, temperate, self-controlling, hospitable, hospitable, able to teach, not given to drunkenness, no violence, but gentle, no quarrelsome, no a lover of money. He must manage his own family well and see that his children obey him. and he must do so in a manner worthy of full respect. That is how we should conduct ourselves. We should always manage our classroom, our students as we manage our family. We should always obey our code of ethics. We should always respect and be a role model for our students. We should always treat our students with the dignity that each one of them deserves. Our responsibility is to the environment, to our classroom, to our school, to our organizations, to our community, to humankind, and to yourself. That is our responsibility, and that is how we conduct ourselves in a proper and ethical manner. Thank you.